Oh, and we're live. Welcome everyone to this special Saturday live stream. I'm with my friend John Noonan from Region Scoopers, one of the smartest minds in the poop scooping space. John, how are you today?
Great, man. Thanks for saying that. That means a lot. Yeah, dude, it's doing good. I'm very excited to hop on this and yeah, spit some knowledge, answer some questions. I love these live streams.
These live streams are so awesome. We have 4 people on the live stream. Smash that like button, share this with your people. Please engage with us. We're going to have a discussion on the secret to building a 6-figure pooper sweeper business today. But if you're live with us on the stream, Poop Scoop Rescue says yo, yo,
What
yo,
up?
Poop Scoop Rescue. Welcome to the live stream. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about the secret to building a 6-figure poop scooping business. We're both pooper scoopers. It's been, at least for me, an amazing journey, but a lot of people don't know about John's journey as a pooper scooper. So John, can you share a little bit with the audience? Like, how did you get into scooping and your story behind everything?
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I mean, growing up, I've always wanted to be an owner of some sort. I tried like a t-shirt company. Oh, what's up, Kevin?
What up, Kevin?
Uh, I tried a t-shirt company. I had a photography business, so I've always had like an entrepreneur drive. Um, but nothing really stuck. And I gotta still pay the bills, so I still need like a normal day job. So I was working construction. I was working there for a couple years, or 2 to 3 years before this idea even came to mind. I really started it and finally pursued it after being laid off during a winter season. Usually during the winters when things slow down, there's not really much we can do. I used to dig holes and work in sewers and whatnot, so there's not really much you can do in the winter. And it was right when I bought my house, my very first house. I was living in an apartment before, rent free, and I bought my house. I had a mortgage now, so I'm like, oh crap! Like, what am I going to do with paying bills? It's like I'm laid off now, and unemployment's not really going to cover it. So I finally got the courage to start posting on Facebook that I am starting a poop scoop business. I kind of always held back on it. I didn't think it was the most luxurious and cool thing to do. I'm friends with some of my ex-girlfriends on Facebook and whatnot. I can't be posting, oh, I'm starting a poop scoop, but I finally pulled the plug and yeah, I just posted about it, man. I posted at the right time where snow was like melting and also like just here. So like the need for it was high demand. And before I started launching and posting about it on Facebook, I was searching around the area and not many people were doing it. And so it was just the right time. Something told me just to finally just go ahead and do it. So, started it, everything was going good. I built up to about, at that time, maybe about 30 recurring clients. I didn't know anything about marketing, nothing. Everything was strictly just word of mouth, like in Facebook groups. So 30, maybe 30, 40 recurring clients. And I had to go back to work. They finally called me back. They're like, hey, we need you back. And I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah. I mean, how am I going to say no to a $100,000 job and, $100,000 job? And I'm like, okay, I'll go back. But I'm like, crap, I finally built something. I think we can turn this into something. And thankfully, my dad was off of work due to an injury. And he was able to fulfill the routes while I went back to work. So he did the day-to-day scooping, and I would just respond back to emails and quotes when I get back home from work. But then, yeah, so I was doing that for about a little while, man, like another couple years, about 2 years. I delegated a lot of tasks, went into automation, how to keep everything running while I was working my construction job because I can't be answering the phone with loud noises in the background and following up with quotes, get people scheduled. So delegated all those tasks, and 2 years later is when it was a random like Tuesday or Wednesday around noon. This car pulls up while I'm on the job site, and me and my coworker get robbed at gunpoint. So
Oh,
three guys come out with guns, and they're like, "Hey man, like you guys don't move, otherwise you're gonna be killed." And I'm like, "Oh, sure, take whatever you want." So they took
that's
30 grand
crazy.
worth of equipment, and I never went back. I'm like, screw this. My life isn't worth this. So then I went full time with Region Scoopers, and that's been 2 years now, full time.
What what was I know this is a random question, like what was going through your mind when that happened?
Dude, I was just, please don't shoot me. Like, don't kill me.
That's
That
that's
that that's pretty much
something
it.
that's something where I would have PTSD forever.
Yeah, man, it was wild. Like, I thought it was fine at first, and then as like a corporate company, like I got an email saying like, oh, if you need to talk to someone, like here's like a number, and like I'll be vulnerable here. Like I thought everything was fine. Like, hey, I'm just gonna call this just to talk to someone. And I talked to someone. I started like breaking down, like crying on the phone,
Crazy.
and yeah, and I was like, yeah, I can't be going back. So I waited about a month, decided what to do. Like everyone's like, hey, pursue it full time, pursue it full time. And I'm like, how am I gonna leave this, great job and all these benefits and start scooping poop? So that was the push that I needed. I look at it as like a blessing in disguise. It's really what I needed, and we've grown so much more ever since then. So me going full time in the business really skyrocketed the business. So
That
now we're approaching 600 recurring clients. I'm about
600?
to 600.
Let's go. That's
Hmm.
crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love it. It's such a great industry. My team's awesome. We're about to add on our fourth scooper here soon and our fourth truck. So yeah, we're growing, man. We're growing. So
And
I love the grind.
your brand is so on point with that. I don't that royal blue navy. It's not navy blue, but it's that bright blue that you have. Region Scoopers is such a good brand out there.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's at first I thought like our first truck wrap looked amazing. Now I look at it compared to our new one, I want to puke. But uh, I'm big on brand, consistency, and that's what people want. So yeah, I just want a good image.
Hello
But
from Ontario, Canada. The Poop Valet Pet Waste Removal Service. Rick Kushman in the house.
what's up, my man?
We got 11 people or 9 people now in the live stream. Hit the like if you just joined us. We're going through the secrets to building a six-figure poop scooping business. And secret number one, I think is important for everyone, is secret number one, answer the damn phone. John said a lot of interesting things in his intro, talking about automations and hiring people because he physically couldn't answer the phone because there's so much noise and construction in the background. And I hear from a lot of potential leads that reach out to me. They'll say, you're the first business to actually pick up the phone. I've called 5 other businesses and you're the first one to pick up because you were the only person to pick up, I'm going to be doing business with you. So like what are your thoughts about your whole phone process, just answering the phone in general? I know
Mhm.
we, you and I, we were role playing our scripts a couple of weeks ago, and um, you're very meticulous when it comes to your phone scripting and your role playing. So, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people overlook how important it is to answer the phone. Like, yeah, like I'll download this software that if I get a missed call, it's going to shoot them a text and try to win them back. Like most of the time, it's not going to work. I tried that at first, uh, but people are just going to be calling the next person on Google. That's how I am at 31. Like if no one's answering the phone, I'm calling the next person, next person, next person. So it's really comes down to the basics, man. Answer the phone, provide value on the phone, and just get people scheduled. They just want the issue solved right away. So collect that card payment, get them on the schedule, tell them about how it's going to save them so much time, and that's really it, man. Like, and you don't want to be answering the phone with stuff going on in the background. I know it's hard if you're out scooping. At least answer the phone and say, "Hey, I got it. I'm busy. Let me give you a call back," or do as much as you can with them on the phone. Better yet, hire. I recommend hiring like a virtual assistant to answer that phone for you. That's one of my very first investments. That was before I got our automation software about getting instant quotes. Was a VA. Look for companies that charge or that are affordable to you that make it worth. I was willing to, for the first little bit, I even like broke even with the business because I knew eventually it would scale just answering the phone. So I found a virtual assistant company that only charges per minute that they actually work. So if there's no phone call coming in, you're not getting charged. A lot of these companies, a lot of them, they'll charge like a monthly rate no matter what. So it'd be like $500 a month. That includes however many minutes. And if you go over that, it's this amount per minute or the next package. But do some searching. There are some companies out there that will only charge per minute that they actually work. So that was very nice for me because not much money was coming in. Yeah, so thankfully, like I said, I found a company that was familiar with Jobber, or like I taught them how to use Jobber and give quotes, send out a quote, and get them on the schedule. Like I said, I mean, there were some instances at first where, all they could do is wait, take down their information, and we'll give them a call back. Like that's a lot better than just not answering the phone and letting it go to voicemail. So at least they know that you're going to get back to them, so that you don't want them searching around Google to find another provider. Let them know that they're taken care of, and you'll get back to them.
And I always make it a rule of thumb just for myself from a customer experience perspective. If someone calls you and leaves a voicemail, that's your first indicator that you need to call them back. We live in a society now where we hide behind a monitor. We're always texting people. We do DoorDash and Uber Eats because we want to interact with as little people as possible. But there's still a large portion of the population of potential customers that are of an older demographic, that speaking with a provider that's potentially going to go to their house and in their yard, they want to know the vibes. They want to talk to you. They want to see if you're actually someone that they can depend on and that they can trust. So if someone calls you, maybe you can't answer the phone because you're scooping or because you're on the phone with someone else or whatever reason. I hate answering the phone. I get so much stress and anxiety answering my phone, but I still do it anyways because I know how much worth it. If you consider the lifetime value of a customer could be $1,500, $2,000, you're not willing to answer one phone call and deal with the 5-10 minutes of anxiety for potentially $15 to $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you have to position it.
Yeah, you're just throwing money on the table. You're just throwing money away if you're not answering the phone. Like that's like the easiest money. You've worked so hard to market on Facebook, your Google presence, and all that is working. You're creating momentum that people are seeing, and you're throwing it away if you're not answering the phone. Like that you just lost a client.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So, and when it comes to answering the phone, you also want to do like in a way. So we have like a specific script that we follow. So a lot of people, people that come on the phone. Oh, sorry, you see that little thing dingling around? That's my cat's arm underneath the door. But yeah, so a lot of people, like when it comes to answering the phone, we also do it in the right way as well, and what's going to bring the clients on. So if someone calls up like, "Hey, what are your prices?" You don't want to just be like, "Oh yeah, like how many dogs do you have? One. All right, yeah, it's about $20." And they're gonna be like, "Okay, thanks," and then leave. So you want to do it in a certain way. You want to gather their contact information, provide the value that you're going to provide,
And
talk about the experience.
before you get to that next point, why is it so important to capture their information?
Well, for one, if the reason why you want to capture information is because now you want to put them on a follow-up campaign afterwards if you don't want to move forward. Because that's the first thing you want to do is gather information first. Because if you give them the price and then ask for the information, if they're hesitant, they're not going to give it to you. Like they're like, don't worry, I'll call back. So you want to gather that information first. So now you can put them on a text and email campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And we never have anyone hesitant about it. Maybe like one or two, but we explain, hey, in order to give you pricing, we just need to create a quick client profile for you, and then we can move forward. But yeah, I mean, how many times do you get, oh, I'm going to think about it, I'll let you know. So now if you don't close them right there on the phone, you have a follow-up campaign, text and emails, talking about your culture, talking about the services you provide and why they should use you versus another competitor. So it gives you time to kind of explain why you charge what you charge, if anyone's hesitant on pricing or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I can't stress how important it is to gather their information, because even though they don't use you now, they may use you in the future. So whether you're having like a little summer special, fall special, whatever, like how the follow-ups are that I do, like on a monthly we have a monthly drip campaign for everyone that's not on our schedule. So
I
anyone
say
that's
it.
gotten a quote from us before, or they used us in the past and they're on the schedule anymore, every month I'm touching them.
I say it. I say it all the time. You need to keep following up with the customer until they either subscribe, they die, or they beg for mercy.
100%. That's
It's
true.
true. It's true.
Yeah, I mean, you do get some people that are like, "Hey, like, stop texting me." Like, that's fine, sure.
Yeah, that's
I'd
fine.
rather. I don't look at it as an annoying. You're being educational. So, but there's also a smart way to do it as well. Like, you don't want to be super pushy. You want to talk about what you're doing. Like one follow up that we'll do like a month is like, oh, you know, this month we went to the shelter and we gave back to them. This is what we did, and it's an email. So you talk about, you know, the back end that people don't see versus just, hey, are you want to get in the schedule? Hey, you want to get in the schedule? Like, you want to talk about why you're different. I think that's the key there.
Dude, 100%. We got a lot of comments in the chat. Courtney from San Diego Swoop Squad.
Do
Yo, whoop. Welcome to the chat.
you have any air horns that you can play?
Oh, I got all kinds of air horns.
Oh, that's my favorite part. I love it.
We got Erica from Croupin Swoopin' Scoopin' in the house. What up? What up? And she said it herself. Answering the phone is huge for sure. I did some market research locally, and 8 of 10 companies I called didn't answer the phone. See, that air horn is signal enough that you have an opportunity when you answer your phone because most other people never answer the phones.
Percent. Yeah, one little thing will make you thousands, millions.
Happy Dog Obedience Training. At what point did you decide to hire? Currently have 41 clients. I'm about to acquire 10 more. I also have a dog training company. Congrats with your 41 clients. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends if do you still want to be scooping. You know, you can hire part-time, maybe you want to be scooping too or hire someone else. But when I hired my dad to help take over, I didn't go back to scooping afterwards. So I'm like, hey, I'm better at growing the business. You're not going to grow the business if you're out scooping and spending your full day scooping the yards. So I didn't go back. I mean, when I first got laid off, I did scoop. I did go back and scoop a little bit, but I haven't been back ever since. So, I mean, my dad was working part-time when I had 30 to 40 recurring clients. So it really depends on if you want to be out in the field or if you actually want to stay back and grow the business.
And there's nothing wrong with being a solo operator scooper. Most people that actually jump into this industry, they want to quit their dead-end job. They want to pay down their student loans, save for a house. Like they want the extra income and they want that freedom. So being a solo operator is amazing as a scooper because you can get to 6 figures by yourself with a route of 100 to 150 people. But then it comes down to your goals. If you want to grow past that, there's only so many houses that you can scoop by yourself. So the reality is, would you rather continue doing, for lack of a better term, like the low cost labor of actually scooping? Because if you pay someone $15 to $20 an hour, you as the business owner, is your time worth more than 15, 20 an hour? It needs to be because you're the rainmaker. You bring the business. You are the brand, the face. You do the marketing. You do the customer service. You're like Dave Ramsey says it, like you're the CEO. You're the chief everything officer. So you have to do everything until you get to a point where you can hire people and start delegating low leverage activities so you can actually focus on the stuff that's producing you money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then when it comes to hiring too, you don't need to hire someone full time. Like people are looking for part-time jobs just on Saturdays, a couple days a week, and they can use their personal vehicle. You know, it depends on how you operate. If you're hauling away the waste or not, that may make it a little more challenging. If you do haul away the waste, if they're using the personal vehicle, but I mean, there's workarounds. Yeah, you can have a little bin that they can put the waste in, but yeah, I mean, people always ask that too. Like, when's a good time to hire? I mean, you'll really know. Like, is it overwhelming to do all these yards? You need some help. Like, it really depends on your goals and where you want to take the business too. So, yeah, you can put an ad on Indeed. It's free. Looking for a part-time scooper that uses their own personal vehicle, mile reimbursement. Like, you can just start small and let them know, like, hey, this is a part-time job, but eventually it could lead to full-time. Like, are you open to that? Like, just ask them all that stuff right off the bat. And people are looking for, you know, just 3 days a week, 2 days a week.
And that's a great point, because now that school's in session for most people, there are a lot of moms, dads that would love to have a quick part-time job that they can do a couple of hours while their kids at school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a woman around here. She owned the place that played pickleball at, and they closed down their doors. But she asked me, she's like, "Hey, like, my husband does really well with this other business, but I just get bored. Like, do you have a position for me for like 20 to 30 hours a week? Like, I scoop poop with my own dog. I wouldn't mind getting paid to do it." I'm like, "Heck yeah, we'll find a position for you." So people are looking for, yeah, you'll be surprised. Someone may even want to work 1 day a week. Just find the right person. You'll find it.
And if you do research on scooping businesses, John, his Region Scoopers business is one of the best out there, and he's always doing customer service type stuff. He's always partnering with shelters, with rescues. He does a lot of community outreach. So because you provide so much goodwill, in John's case, he provides so much goodwill to the community, people are seeing that, and they're gonna think, I want to be part of that company because that company is awesome and it helps out my community. So so the more, I always say this, the more you give, the more you get. And John, that's a perfect example. Like, some girl just came up to you and she's like, "I want to start working for you."
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, everything kind of compiles, man. It's like you do this, you probably have a great experience for your clients, leaving reviews, and you have like this great presence. Like everything, like you want to build momentum with everything that you do. Everything's going to come together at some point. Like, we've had people that apply and they're like, "Oh my God, like I want to work for you," versus this other job that's doing, the same pay. But I read all your reviews that you guys have on Google, and like it seems like you do so much. And I saw on Facebook that you do these fun things. Like, I want to work for a company like that. So like that's huge. That speaks volumes, because obviously finding talent can be hard, and you want to keep those people on. And people notice that stuff. You may not think so, but document everything that you can, any good little thing that you do, and just share about it. It's not bragging. It's your company culture. You want to get that out there.
Who do you use for workman's compensation insurance? Workman's comp.
I
use a company called Hiscox, Hiscox.
I use Byberg.
I take it back. I use them for general liability, but then Nex I use for workman's comp through Gusto.
I was using them, but they dropped me. I don't know why. I never did file a claim or anything, so I don't know. Weird. So I also use Byberg. It's BI.
You're making too much Benjamins.
I don't know. Maybe I had one claim and they ended up dropping it. I don't know. But yeah, there's a bunch out there.
The poop valet. You're using OpenPhone? John? Question mark.
No, I was going to use OpenPhone. We decided to use GoToConnect. One, it's cheaper. Two, it does a lot more. So I'm big on automation. They have a lot of things that you can do within there. So example, OpenPhone may have it now. I saw that I got an email from them. I think they can do it now. But so if someone calls in during certain times, I can route it to go to a certain number, like automatically. A lot of stuff's like automatic. So that's why I use that. So I have my main office admin. She works from home around here. She answers the phone between 7:30 and 11. At 11, she goes on break. So between 11 and 11:45, the phones get routed over to my other virtual assistant that I still used when I first started. And then when she comes back from break, the phones go to her. So there's a lot of little custom things I like to do, and GoToConnect provided that for me at the time, and it was a lot cheaper. It's like $20 a user. It's really cheap.
That's super cheap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it does the call recording, so we listen to all of our phone calls, and yeah, it's good.
Erica from the Poop Valet. I had 2 clients to give away, and I called 2 competitors to offer them, and neither answered. See, that's why secret number 1, answer the damn phone, is so important, because there's opportunity everywhere. Even your competitors want to give you money, and you are too chicken shit to answer your phone. I'm sorry for being vulgar on a Saturday, but it's the truth. This is about how to grow a 6-figure scooping business. One of the core pillars is replying to your customers as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that simple. Like you do, like again, I can't stress this enough. Like you're busting your ass to do all this hard work to gain clients. If you can't answer the phone,
You're
what's
spending
going on? Like
money. You're spending
you,
money on advertising.
yeah, like you're doing all your work for a reason. What's the reason? To grow.
Hmm.
And people are calling you because they see you doing a good job. And if you're not answering, there goes all that hard work.
Hmm. Grass Nectar LLC. I love Poop Scoop. Hashtag Vamos. Well, that is a great segue to secret number 2, systems and technologies. John mentioned during his intro how he's invested so much time, energy, resources into automations and his systems. A lot of what I do with my follow-up systems and just technologies in general, I'm learning because of John. So John, I want to give you an opportunity on like how has technology influenced your ability to lead a scooping business, especially while you were juggling your construction job?
Man, I don't know where to start because obviously without systems, there is no business here. Well, for one, you gotta get a CRM. You got a CRM. Jobber is what I use. And it's what Anthony uses. A lot of poop scoopers use. And you just gotta have that database because if you're doing everything out of pen and paper or spreadsheet, that can easily get lost in the sauce. I mean, there's so much. I can talk 3 hours about how important a CRM is, but I think everyone kind of gets the gist. But yeah, I mean, and plus, like when it comes to systems, like as you grow, you need your team to follow certain rules, and you want to create like the perfect experience for every client consistently. So how do you do that? Like we have SOPs that our team, our technicians and admin team are following. We provide a quote a certain way. You you say the script a certain way. Like all these are so important because you want to create an amazing experience consistently. So how do we do that? So systems are super important, very important, especially if you're out in the field doing like the day-to-day. Automation is key for you because it's hard to stop mid scoop and like text a client back or send a quote. So yeah, man, yeah, there's so much when it comes to systems and technologies. I don't even know where to start. Yeah, but it grew my business tremendously. Like we touched on before, when I was working construction, I couldn't answer the phone, I couldn't send a quote. I'm out there digging a hole. Like how am I gonna stop and text a client a quote? So that's what we got. Responsibit is our instant quoting software. How am I going to follow up with someone to check in with them? Like, you need systems and technologies if you really want to scale a thing. If you don't already, that's okay. I mean, you have the systems in your head, but like, let's put them out there on like a Monday board or something because you're going to bring on a team member, an office admin. Now you're going to have everything there. So when you hire them, they're going to look at your list that you got, and you pretty much just have them read that, and they're pretty much trained. So we have a Monday board, Monday.com. It's free. We pretty much do every SOP you can think of. When a client cancels, what do you say? So we have an exact text script we copy and paste. How to give a quote out, how to ask for a card on file. If a payment's declined, what do you do? Everything you could think of, we have a step-by-step guide on how to do. Even for the technicians out in the field, if the notes say leave waste, but there is no trash can out there, what do you do? We don't leave it because unless it says otherwise, we always take it and then text the client, hey, we didn't see a trash can. Will there be out one? We'll do one next time. So you need to have systems really pretty much for everything. You have it all in your head, but it's a good idea to put it all out there somewhere.
Dude, it makes perfect sense, and I promise this wasn't scripted, or maybe it was, but this was a perfect segue to the sponsor of this video, Jobber. Both of us, John and I, we are Jobber users. It's the reason why I was able to take my business to 6 figures. The first year in business, I was at 13K by the end of the year, and then I got to 55K, 87K, and then last year we got to 187K in one whole year, all because of Jobber. It's amazing what a CRM can do for your business when it comes from a systems and process perspective. John, I mean, I always sing praises about John, but John was one of the first scoopers that I know that actually talked about job forms in Jobber to actually attach a gate photo when you finish a yard. And the moment John showed that functionality to like the Facebook groups, and everyone started doing gate photos through Jobber. So if you want to level up your business, go to poopscoopsfornoobs.com/jobber, get yourself a 14-day free trial plus my exclusive discount, and I'll send you my Jobber cheat sheet for pooper scoopers. How's that?
Good, good. Well, speaking about Jabber, their new features they're releasing out are
Their
they're
new
good,
features
man.
are so like I love Jobber. There's never going to be a CRM that answers everything for you unless you build something yourself. But with a CRM, you really want to make sure that it has integrations to other platforms and other technologies out there, because your CRM isn't going to do everything. And Jobber has released an integration with Go High Level, has released an integration with Postcard Mania. I use the integration with Responsibid, with Review Harvest. There's so many integrations with Jobber that it's getting to the point. This is better for John, but John doesn't have a poop scooping company. John has a technology company, and he happens to scoop dog poop.
I feel like it comes to that point now. Yeah, because yeah, dude, like Jabber does so much. Recent feature, I think it was from like last year, but now it has quote follow-ups, like more customized. And if
Mhm.
they didn't approve the quote, 2 days later, it shoots them a customized text, like, hey, whatever. And then 5 days later, another text, and then email. Hey, I love that. They used to not be that way, and I had to use Responsibid to follow up with them. And they're like, oh yeah, can you send me over that quote to approve? Not to go another quote, send them an email. But now a Jabber has it right there. And my
Mhm.
favorite new feature is now, I think they're rolling it out in stages, but you can send images through text messaging now through their software. I
Mm.
love that. That's nice. So I may
That's
get rid
that's
of
what the that's what
forms.
that's what the Jobber two-way texting.
Yes, job with the Jabber two-way texting. Yeah, I saw that little uh, paperclip icon. I'm like, oh my God, I can finally send photos now. So we may get rid of those job forms and just text the clients the gate photos moving forward. But
That's
I'll have to time myself to see what's quicker. So I have a gate at my house, so I'm gonna fill out a form, time myself how long it takes, and then time myself with the sending the photo through
what
text message and see
what
what
phone
works.
provider do you use?
I use T-Mobile.
T-Mobile sucks over here. We're on Verizon, and there's so many areas in where we scoop where it takes us 30, 40 seconds for an image to be uploaded to the job form. Or sometimes it won't even upload, and then it fails, and you're wasting 2, 3 minutes just for the form to send. I'm not saying that
Hmm.
as a bad thing. I'm saying that's me with Verizon. The functionality is amazing. I just wish I had a better phone provider in my area.
That's what's hard sometimes, but what I like about, especially with the job forms, if you or and with Jobber itself, like in the notes or with the job forms, if you take a photo in the app, it saves it to your camera roll automatically. So in case you don't have signal, you can always just drive around, and if you lose like that form for whatever reason it doesn't save, whatever, you can just redo it. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean you have those areas where you don't get signal. We still have that same thing, but we'll just not even worry about the form. We'll wait till we get to the next yard, and then we'll do the previous client's gate photo there.
Mhm. You mentioned something super interesting about like SOPs and documenting everything in your Monday board. One of the things that I learned when I hired my VA was just paying for a Loom account, not a Zoom account, but a Loom account. And that allows you to do screen recordings, unlimited screen recordings um, on your computer. So you can screen record going through a motion in Jobber, or replying to a customer, or these step-by-step instructions on exactly how you want this process to be done. Record that in a Loom video. And then I use Trello instead of Monday. So I have a specific board on Trello with all of my canned responses, or all of the processes, like how to assign a quote out, how to send an invoice out. All of that could be recorded or is recorded on Loom, and then I can give that to my wife, or I can give that to a future employee to bring them up to speed faster, instead of me having to. And I don't have to repeat myself, because I just do the instructions once, and then if they ever have that question again, I just send them the Loom recording, and then I don't have to have that conversation again.
100%. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have one of those in play when I hired my first VA, and yeah, everything was like, oh, this is how you do it, this is how you do it. So they had to memorize it. Then I had to hire another VA. I'm like, oh man. So I had my second VA create that Monday board. That was their task when things were slow. I'm like, hey, everything that we do, just put in this Monday board because there's nothing worse than training from scratch. Because you're thinking like, all right, what's the first thing I need to train this new person on? Like, there's so much, especially when it comes to the office. Like, there's a lot of little things. When it comes to technicians, it's a little bit easier, but yeah, it just makes it so much easier. A lot less questions back and forth. It's like, hey, what do I do in this situation? Hey, what do I do? Just look on the Monday board. There's a little search button. You just search a keyword, and everything that word is attached to, all the questions kind of come up there. So
We
yeah.
got 13 people in the live stream. Welcome. As a reminder, it's me with John from Region Scoopers. We're talking about the secrets to building a six-figure poop scooping business. Hit the like on this video, subscribe to the channel, share this with your friends. We're trying to blow up the scooping industry. I did just put a poll in the live chat right now. How many clients do you have? If you're in the live stream, make sure you answer that poll because it'll help us tailor this conversation to your exact needs. And while you do that, Grass Nectar LLC, when new hires join, what does their first day look like? How about the second and third day?
At least for me, so the first day we make it super, super exciting. Like I have like the new hire, like not really new hire. It's just everyone like what's the word? Uniform. Uniform. So I got like the shirts, hoodies, hats, all that stuff. And it's really ride-alongs with either me or our top technician, see how we do things, and because there's always going to be things that come up that so our training is actually like a week long. So the reason is because there's always things that are going to come up, and you're not going to catch everything like situation wise 1 to 2 maybe even 3 days. So that's why our training is pretty long. So really the first few days is just ride-alongs. I always treat them out to lunch, give them lunch on those 3 days or first week, whatever, kind of
Try to smooth them.
yeah, smooth them. Like, hey, it's a great work environment. And I give them motivation to stay here long term. Like, hey, this is where you can get to. This is where you can make how much per hour. When it comes to hiring, it's also like marketing at the same time. Like, you want them to paint this picture about why they want to stick with you versus finding another job. So we just amp it up. I mean, it is a great work environment. You're by yourself, working independently, throwing one earbud in, listen to music podcasts all day, and you get a workout in, you get to hang out with dogs. Like, what's better than that? So yeah, so the first week it's really just honing in on training because you can't really think of every single thing to go on, and you really want them to do the yards with you and make sure, for one, they can even do a good job. Like, are they even a good scooper? So I tell them right off the bat, like the first week, hey, this is like training, but I'm like honing in on like how important it is. Like, if you're not a good scooper, you're gone. I let them know that right off the bat. Like, if you can't pick up poop, that's our primary job. And if you can't do that, I can't have you. So I let them know, like, you're stern on what you're looking for, but you also want to at the same time talk about how amazing it is to work for your company. So that's what we kind of hone in on there too. So yeah, I mean, you got to teach them how to scoop better in long grass, like the little tips and tricks and how to use the apps. And there's a lot that kind of goes into it, more than you would think. But yeah, I mean, it's really just what goes on in your brain, give it to them. Just whatever you're thinking, say it out loud. That's what I've experienced. Whatever you're thinking, just say it out loud with them. It'll be a rant. They'll be driving in the car and be like, "Oh, by the way, like this." I'm like, "Yeah, just there's so much information to get out. It's hard to get it all out in 1 or a few days. So that's why we do like a full week."
And at least for my first day, I learned this from one of our good friends, Brian from Super Scoopers. He says, before you do anything with a brand new employee, make sure they arrive to you on time, but with a valid ID, and I think like an I-9, because you want to make sure that they're actually legally allowed to work in the United States if you're in the United States. Because the last thing you want is to onboard someone, spend all that time, energy, resources to get them to fill out a bunch of paperwork, train them, and then find out a week or two later that they're not actually legally able to work.
Mhm.
So make sure you
Yeah.
have all your your ducks in a row. You want to make sure their documentation is tip top magoo before you do anything with signing them or putting them on your CRM. And then at least when I hired two employees, I believe earlier. It was either sometime last year or earlier this year. I don't remember. Um, the very first 2 weeks, because this was our first time having employees, the first 2 weeks was just training. The first week we just had them only focus on scooping, the our process on scooping yards, how to make sure the gates are secure, the lines that you do while you're gridding a yard, how to double bag the waste, how to put the bag on the dustpan, how to use the rake, to everything regarding it being a pooper scooper. That's the only thing that they focused on. We didn't let them touch the CRM. Actually did a majority of the training, but we would show them Jobber on our phone and we would walk them through what are the steps that we're using to finish out the job or to send you on the way to the next person. But your sole responsibility for this week was just scooping. And then the following week, we gave them access to Jobber. And then they started doing everything on Jobber while we still scooped with them. And I think it was around 2 to 3 weeks before we let our employees start doing routes by themselves. So yeah, I hope that helps.
Yeah, I mean, it comes to the same thing. Yeah, it's like wherever goes on in your head, exactly what you're doing is what you want to paint out and give to them. You don't want to overload them, but obviously making sure they can actually scoop the yard is top tier.
Erica's replying to your paperclip comment about the attachment on Jobber. Did it get released to all users for two-way text messaging? I believe it's a feature that they're rolling out to everyone.
Yeah, it's Erica. I just texted you a screenshot. I think it's rolling out like maybe I'm guessing users like little batches here and there because I
I'm
posted
guessing
it
that's going to be one of the things that they announce at Jobber now.
probably. Yeah, I'm excited for that. But yeah, I think they're just doing it more so in stages because I posted like in the other like the group that we're in, Anthony, and I don't think anyone else really got it yet. I just happen to be the lucky one, I guess. But
Mhm.
I didn't get a notification in like the little gear icon, little red dot that it was updated. It just happened to show up in my text thread. That's when I saw it.
Yeah, Rick says he doesn't have it in Canada.
Mm, yeah, I don't know. So I'm sure they're just rolling it out in stages.
Do you guys use MailChimp? I do not use MailChimp. I use Responsibid for most of my follow-up sequences, and then I also use Jobber's marketing suite. They have a robust set of tools to send one-off email campaigns as well as automated emails and follow-ups based off of whatever requirements or criteria or triggers that you want to set up.
Yeah, I know Mailchimp is super powerful, but
It has
yeah,
inter-
Anthony. Yeah, yeah, it definitely does. But with Responsibid, it's kind of like an all-in-one for us. Like we personally don't need Mailchimp. We can just use Responsibid. It's pretty much the same concept, but we have texting and it's like instant quoting kind of all built in. But yeah, if you guys are ever interested in Responsibid, I view the pricing online. If you're ever interested, reach out to me. I am affiliated with them. I can get you a discount, and we created a bundle together where a lot of the follow-ups that I use specifically, they offer it for you guys. It's really just a plug and play. So it has like the texting and emailing, like what to say, when to say. It's all pretty much done for you. But yeah, I mean, if you don't have MailChimp or any type of retargeting or remarketing, definitely get into something like that. It's huge.
100%. What do you use to mark a missed scoop? Stick? A flag?
Yeah, so we got we actually use these when we sanitize as well. I bought like these little yellow flags, kind of like like when someone locates out like a gas line. I just throw them in the ground. Yeah, so we also use that for when we do our sanitizing. Like all of our technicians will like put like a little small bundle in like their belt loop. So when you're sanitizing, you just see one, you just throw a flag in and come back because there's nothing worse than having to stop the spray, go grab the bucket, scoop it, and then go back. So
Dude,
yeah,
that's actually an ingenious idea. See, this is
yeah.
why you always have a notebook around because you never know when inspiration strikes. But John, the flags for wishy-wash. is a great
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, the flags are great. Yeah, because we definitely use it for training as well. Because you say there's a pile over there, or like there's a lot that the technician missed, and you're not scooping, you're having them scoop up what they missed because you want them to see what the waste looks like that they missed. So
Hmm.
you're continuing with the yard, and I just throw a flag down, keep going, throw a flag down, and I talk to them like, hey, yeah, you really have to look out for this, like these pancakes or whatever, like they just mowed the grass. Like you can tell that this is waste because yeah, blah blah blah. So on Amazon, I got like this bunch of little flags. So I'd recommend getting some flags.
Croupin, poop, and scoopin'. I'm onboarding a new VA this week. The loom is epic to train. I'm training from scratch because my last VA kept everything we built out. Oof.
No, no.
See,
Ugh.
don't,
Yeah.
guys, gals, 14 people on the live stream, hit the like, subscribe to the video. Don't be like Erica. Do not have, make sure you have everything in a central database that you control because people will leave. What happens if the worst number in business is one employee, one marketing channel, one of anything? And look, Erica has that issue. Her last VA took everything. So make sure you save all of your
Mhm.
documentation SOPs on a Monday board, on a Trello board. Um, those are the
There's another
two ones.
software. There's another software too. I saw. I forget what it's called. It's kind of like Loom, but mixed with Monday a little
Hmm,
bit. What it is, you screen record and you start clicking on things, and it takes screenshots while you're clicking of what you clicked,
hmm.
and then it saves them all, and you upload all them, and it even like has AI built into it where it says it'll start typing for you too. So like go to more type or click on more actions, then do this. Like it
What,
types it out and
what app is
also
that?
provides the screenshots. I forget what it's called. It's out there though.
Hmm.
I forget.
That sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's nice. So you don't, yeah, I mean, it is a video, but it's not a video at the same time. Like it records your screen, but everything you click and where you move your mouse, it follows you and automatically just captures a screenshot and then writes a little short description about what you clicked. So, Erica, I would try that. It'll probably save you a lot of time.
I don't think there's a way for me to display the poll that's on the screen. But 29% of people said they have 1 to 10 clients. 29% say they have 11 to 50 clients. 21 said 51 to 100, and then 21% 100 plus out of 14 votes. So we have a pretty good mix joining the live
Nice.
stream. 16 people on the live.
Let's go.
If you just joined us, my buddy John Noonan from Region Scoopers and I, we're talking about the secrets to building a six-figure pooper scooper business. And secret number 3, John, I think this is super important, is pricing your services. I think there's a lot of maybe misconceptions when it comes to scooping. There's the low barrier of entry. We always see people posting on the Facebook groups like, oh great, look at this, another teenagers getting pumped on social media because their mom is like spreading the word about their poop scooping business during the springtime, and they're charging $2 a scoop. But what are your thoughts when it comes to pricing your services? How aggressive are you on the pricing scale? Are you a lower price commodity, or are you a higher end service?
We are definitely higher end. I think we are the most expensive in our area, or at least I've seen around. And we do
Same.
that for a reason. I mean, you're paying for what you get, honestly. And when it comes to pricing, obviously you need to be profitable. So like, do you want to provide your technicians a nice rate where they can actually stay with you long term, buy a car, buy a house? Do you want to offer 401k health insurance for your team or for yourself? You're going to need a price accordingly for everything. Do you want the automation softwares to do this and that? Because you can't really afford to do all these nice things that are things that actually grow your business when you're charging super, super low. So yeah, pricing is super, super important. Obviously, you got to be realistic. Like, all right, $50 for weekly for one dog is are people going to sign up for that? So be a little realistic. So you can find like a obviously like what I would do if you're unsure about pricing, shop around, be a secret shopper, maybe see what your competitors are pricing. Um, like, okay, like maybe I can kind of meet in the middle, maybe the higher end. But if you're higher end, you need to provide the higher end service. You can't just be the higher price and do the bare minimum. It doesn't work like that. If you're not answering your phone, do not have the guarantee where miss waste is actually found, are you going to come back at no additional charge? Like, what is going to make you the luxury scooper to use charging these premium rates? So that's what my serious. There you go.
My secret's
There you
having
go.
high ass prices. In San Diego, you need to have high ass prices.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, cost of living, et cetera, it all kind of plays in a factor there. So, I mean, we do get pricing objections on the phone. And, we'll tell people like, oh, yeah, like if someone will say, oh, someone such over here is doing for half the price. I'm like, okay, well, why? Well, we say is like, well, why didn't you just go with them? Like, well, there's got to be a reason why you're kind of shopping around. Oh, yeah, because they don't do this, they don't do that. Or like, yeah, that's what you're paying for. We're paying for peace of mind. Your dog's not going to get parvo from another yard beforehand. You're getting the gate photo every time. You have that guarantee. If anything is missed, we're going to come back at no additional cost. Pricing our services the way we do the cool things. We can give back to the community. We can host free events for our clients. So every year around Christmas time, I have all my clients come out for a free photo shoot for their dogs. So their family comes out with their dogs, and I have this whole prop set up. I buy a photographer, a videographer to document everything, and they get 10 to 15 photos for a Christmas card as a thank you. So charging higher prices lets me do all these things.
You do
And when
that
it
for
comes to
free?
for free, 100% free.
Are you going to do that again this year?
Yeah, I do it every year. It's huge. It's huge. They
How much do you pay the photographer?
well, he's there all day because the reason, so I do my setup a little differently. Um, I do it in set times. So for one, I mean, obviously, like if I have everyone come in there at once, it's gonna be chaos because all the dogs are gonna be barking at other dogs and it's gonna be a shit show. So I schedule like 15-minute increments from 7 a.m. to like 4 p.m. So as I hype it up, like, all right, tomorrow at this time, these slots are going to be open for you to secure your spot. I use Calendly. I think it's like $10 or $15 just for that month. I think the premium plan, and I let them book their slot because for one, I want that one-on-one with the client. I don't want. I want to be able to talk to them. I want to be able to be like, hey, thank you so much. I'm John, the owner. I know we've been servicing you for such a long time. It's nice to finally put a face and to you and meet you in person. Oh, Sparky's the best. I know he always shits in the rocks. We hate it too. You actually build like relationship with them. So I do it in scheduled time. So they book their time slot. And so I pay my photographer for the whole day. So I think it was like around, I don't know, $500. And yeah, he's there all day and he edits the photos for me and whatnot. So,
Dude, that's such a
uh,
steal. And it's an amazing experience for your customers because not even I was going to say a normal business. I mean, scooping is normal, but like I always come back to this. Think about how many businesses you've been a patron with for the past 2, 3 weeks, and how many of them have sent you a handwritten thank you card. Almost no one. And you're just doing the thank you card example 100x. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you these amazing holiday pictures.
mhm.
And
Yeah,
that's kind of segueing into the last secret that we have. But I just think it's so amazing that you're always thinking outside of the box on how to wow your customers.
that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, when you really wow them, that's when they're like, okay, I see the value here. I see it. Yeah, they do the photos, they give back to the community. Like when someone signs up, I send them a selfie video, just like, hey, I saw you just sign up for service. Just want to personally say welcome. We're excited to serve you. So like it's all these little things, man. And the technicians reaching out to them personally, saying, can't wait to serve you tomorrow, Nancy, and whatever. So like you really gotta
Nancy.
hype them up. Yeah. So yeah, it's going above and beyond really shows why you're worth what you're worth. And showcasing that online, people really see that. So now when they call up, they may even think your price is more expensive by seeing all that social media posts, so much that you do within the community, and be like, oh, $20. Oh, that's not bad. Versus the other guy down the street. So
A chuck, what's it called?
truck in a truck.
Chuck in a truck, a bucket Bob.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for one, I mean, we explain people on the phone too. It's like, yeah, I get we may be pricier, but the guy that you hired is, a teenager. It's, or like you're thinking about hiring a guy prices from. That's just some guy's in a truck by himself. We have a
E-
team.
Erica's
We,
Erica's favorite question. Why do you think they can charge so little? That's a good one.
yeah, that's good.
Like to pricing objections. Well, yeah, they charge so little because they don't have what I have. I have to pay for insurance. I have to pay for vehicle maintenance. I have to pay for um, branding, for uh, paying a photographer to take photos for my customers. Like there are so many things that the more quote unquote established you become with your business, the more you should be charging for your services. What especially if you just started. I remember some of my older videos, I mentioned you should try to aim at least $1 a minute because that'll get you 60 an hour. And why are you going to start a business if you're making less than 60 an hour? You might as well just continue working at your current job or get a better paying job. But once you start hiring more people, then I think that needs to go to $1.50 to $2 a minute for you to actually pay your employees a livable wage, like what Grass Nectar said. If you can afford Poop Scoop, you can afford to pay for living wages, period. I agree with that. It's not a glamorous job, but why is someone going to stay with you in the long term if you're paying them peanuts? So give people a livable wage, but also pay yourself. As an owner, I heard, I think Alex Hormozy talk about this. Like, we're so good at scrambling for money to pay our landlord, to pay a medical bill, to pay all of these people that are trying to take money from us, and we don't do anything to give ourselves money. So if you're going to go through all this pain of, like losing your hair because of poop scooping and like having the stress of being a business owner, make sure you're actually paying yourself too. And the only way to pay yourself is if your prices are high enough.
It's true, and really honing in on your numbers too. So yeah, I mean the first little bit, like the first few years in business for me, I wasn't the best at numbers, like knowing my numbers and knowing what to charge. And eventually, I do want to sell this business. And if you don't know your numbers and you're not operating profitable, you're not going to get anything for the business. So all that hard work is going to pretty much go to waste. So you make sure your business is healthy, got those healthy profit margins, and you'll be golden. Like eventually I want to sell this and do other things full time. So that's
You're
that's not for a while, maybe at least 10 more years, maybe.
you're
But
gonna
I
be
really enjoy doing this. I really enjoy doing it.
you're gonna be a pro pickleball player by the end of it.
Yeah, or consultant. I like to do part-time consultants with full-time pickleball player.
Consulting. That's
Yeah.
funny.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, so this year, well, last year I made the best investment was hiring a bookkeeper. That was
Mm.
my best investment, I swear. We have quarterly meetings. I can reach out to her whenever. And yeah, so she goes over your numbers. And she's like, honestly, John, like, I'm not just doing this. I don't tell people this, but your numbers are amazing. So whatever you're doing, keep doing. You're going to get so much money for this business once you go to sell. So that's what comes into important about pricing your services correctly. You need to be healthy, very healthy, because people like when you want to go to sell the business, they're going to look back in years of previous numbers and see where you're at. So I heard him, I don't know whose podcast, but it really was eye opening for me. Is operate your business like you're going to sell it.
Hmm.
So that way, when you're ready, you're golden.
It's like that book Built to Sell. Have you read
Hmm.
it?
No, I have not.
It talks exactly about that, like building your business in case you were going to sell it, even if you were never going to sell it, and how to optimize your business as an investor instead of a business owner. Because an investor would look at your business completely different from a 10,000-foot lens compared to like you living in the day to day.
100%. Yeah, I think Tommy Mello with the Home Service Millionaire podcast was talking about it. If anyone wants a good podcast to listen to that one. But yeah, he was talking. He's big into books. They probably were talking about that book. But yeah, so operate your business like you're trying to sell it. I would.
Mando,
It's
and I have 2 gold and 2 silver medals in pickleball.
What's your duper score?
Shit, duper score.
I don't even know mine. I think I'm like a 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. That's what people were saying. They're rated in tournaments. I've never done a tournament. Um,
You would
but
crush.
that would be cool. I'm very competitive. I feel like business
Uh,
owners naturally are competitive.
There was this one group that I saw ads for, and it was a pickleball group specifically for business owners. So you would sign up and you would have like a 12-week tournament, and you could either partner up with another business owner in that club or bring another person, but it was just a networking opportunity for people who were actually business owners, but also you can get that energy or exercise playing pickleball.
That's cool. Pickleball is
3.7
great.
duper
Oh,
3.
dang, they're good. They're good, good. Yeah, they got their thinking down and third shot drops. I know all that stuff. I know it all.
I know nothing
Shoot,
about pickleball. All I know
good
about
with that.
pickleball is listening to John talk about it.
Where do you live? I'll have to come fly out and play pickleball or something. Or we can meet halfway.
Yeah, I think I
But
I remember seeing a picture of you and Erica, like you guys play
oh
pickleball.
yeah, yeah. She came out to meet what's his name? John something, I think. John Shapoya. I don't know. No, I don't know. I forget his name. I could be messing up. If Erica's still here, maybe she would know. But yeah, she came out here to meet someone, and yeah, she was passing through my town. So it was her and her husband, and we played pickleball. It was really cool.
We're
Yeah.
gonna be Ashley and I we're gonna be back to Cleveland in a month or two for our next mastermind. Hopefully you can drive to Cleveland, John.
I'm down. I'm down. I need a vacation. I haven't been on one in a couple years. It's been grind mode.
You should, especially before winter time, because it's going to get hectic very fast.
Yeah. Hey, if anyone interested in pickleball, I highly recommend it actually because a lot of business owners and like it's like a great networking thing. I'm serious because a lot of retired people or business owners play pickleball. One of my buddies, he owns a roofing company, and he sold 3 roofs just by playing pickleball and making connections
Crazy.
playing pickleball. Yeah, it's a great networking opportunity, honestly.
We got 14 people still live with us in this stream. Thank you for staying with us. We got two more secrets to talk about. Hit the like on this video, subscribe to the channel, share this with your friends. Let's get to secret number 4, marketing strategies. I think one of the fallacies with scoopers now, with like all the content out there, is there are so many people just doing what everyone else is doing, and it's an open secret or not so open secret that the best marketing strategies to advertise is Facebook ads and Google ads. You'll see a large portion of scoopers just doing these two acquisition channels. And I mentioned earlier, the worst number of business in business is one uh, marketing channel, one employee, one process, one big account, one of anything. So if you all of your eggs are in the basket for Facebook, or if all of your eggs are in the basket for Google, all it takes for that platform to completely destroy you is to change your algorithm or to flag you or turn off your account. I've seen so many scoopers talk about, holy shit, my Google business profile just disappeared and I lost 100 reviews because you put all your eggs in the basket. So what are your thoughts on marketing strategies, John? Because like you spend a lot on Facebook and Google on these digital ads, but should people go all in on those two marketing sources when they first start out?
Yeah, I mean, they're all really important, very very important. For one, Facebook is super important because a lot of people don't even know this service exists. So if you pop up in their feed, like, oh yeah, this would be great. My son Joseph doesn't scoop up the freaking yard, and let's see, they're running a special right now, so let's go ahead and give them a try. So when it comes to Facebook, having the right offer is key as well. Yeah, you can make a post about how you're just scoop and poop, and you will get clients. By having like a right offer, a nice juicy offer, will help entice, bring people on. And you just want to test offers, see what works well. Turn off this one; it's not really doing too well. So when it comes to Facebook ads, when I first ran them, I didn't do testing. What I would do, like I didn't know what I was doing. And I think everyone kind of, it's like everyone starts somewhere, right? So I would just take one picture I thought was cool, and then this picture I thought it was cool, and I'll just run an ad with those two. Now, when I test out an ad, I'm running like 10 to 20 different ads at once to see what works.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turn off what's not doing well, let that run, then increase the budget on what's doing well. So when it comes to
And that's
Facebook, that's my
sorry,
strategy there.
sorry, that's a great point because like Alex Hormozy talks about this in the $100 million leads book, where what you should do is you should A/B test as much of the first 3 to 5 seconds of your video as possible because that's the actual ad people are seeing on their feeds before they swipe away. David Ogilvy from the Old School Mad Men Day says, for every dollar that you spend on advertising, you spend 80 cents on just the headline. That's how important the very first thing that someone sees is for your advertising. So what his strategy when it comes to a bunch of testing for marketing assets, film the same bulk of your ad, keep that the same, keep the call to action the same, but the first 3 to 5 seconds, record yourself doing different call outs, record yourself with a different background, saying the same words, record yourself saying the same thing but in a different way, record yourself saying a different way but at the same thing. Have 5 or 10 different recordings of the first 3 to 5 seconds, tack that onto the same body and CTA of your ad, and boom, now you have 15 to 20 ads that you can test out very rapidly on Facebook ads, and you'll see which ones are performing a lot better, which ones are actually getting the clicks, which ones are actually getting the conversions for you.
You're right. Yeah, because you really don't know what's going to catch people's attention. You may think this is like a grand slam video, but you'd be surprised. Like there's a lot of ads that I do that kick ass. They're like the shittiest one that I thought. And I don't
Mhm.
know what it is. I don't know what about it, but you don't know until you test. Like I said, I would run even just one image, and I'm like, oh yeah, this would be so good. Like, oh, Facebook ads don't work. They do work. You gotta test. You can see what actually works. Yeah, it could be the video, it could be the image, it could be the description, it could be the headline. Like you don't know what it is. So like having different variations there to test to see what really works is key. Um, and in retargeting as well. We haven't been too much into retargeting, but we're honing in now. We have a strategy now for retargeting. We're getting a lot of video testimonials from our clients, and we're using those as retargeting for people that went to our website that never moved forward. So we're going to have people talk about pricing objections, like, we have a few video testimonials that I recently got, and they talk about, oh, I was hesitant on signing up, but I'm glad I did. So that's smart too. So you try those as retargeting ads as well. You do a selfie video like, hey, I saw you, you didn't move forward. Like, what's up? Or something, you know what I mean? You kind of get the idea. Um, so the Facebook, yeah, testing there. And you just back to the basics too. If you don't have the marketing dollars, still just post in those buy and sell groups. Keep doing that.
The rule of 100, people severely underestimate how much effort it takes to acquire a single customer. So the rule of 100, if you don't have money, you have a lot of time. So spend 100 minutes a day um, creating ads and actually posting on your business page, sending 100 cold DMs to people who've interacted with your page or people in Facebook groups, sending out 100 emails to properties or other ancillary businesses that you might be able to partner with. There's the secret behind that though is consistently. So just because you did 100 outreaches today, you're going to need to do another 100 outreaches tomorrow, and then the next day, and then the next day. And I can promise you, well, I can't promise anything. Your results may vary, but I promise you, if you spend 100 actions every single day over a period of time, you're going to get a lot more leads than what you're getting right now.
100%. Yeah, you really got to hone in. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit when it comes to marketing. Um, I'll be more than happy to touch on that. So that kind of like wraps up like Facebook, at least for me. But like on the topic of Google, like that's super important too. You want those reviews. You want to ask, if you're not asking your clients for reviews, you need to start. Whether you're calling them or just ask them with the software like Review Harvest. They're nice too because
Poopscoopsfornoobs.com/review harvest.
there you go. What's nice about them is you only pay per review. There's not a monthly fee. So if you're not getting a review, you're not getting charged, which is awesome. And they have that new, I don't know if you mess around with it, the new scheduling thing where you can you can design your own review image now, and you can put like an image of yourself. I mean, I can pull it up and like share my screen and kind of show
Yeah,
people, but
do it.
um, You Harvard, yeah. So and then so yeah, so on the topic of Google, Google's huge because they are searching that with a problem. So they know the service exists, they're trying to find you. So that's the importance of SEO, get ranking on Google, get those reviews. Reviews help you boost up on Google. So that's super, super important too.
Constantly
Uh,
post on your Google business profile. John's going to talk a lot about Clay and Review Harvest momentarily, but I've actually done 2 live streams now with Clay from Review Harvest where we've roasted people's websites and we've given people some hard tactical advice on growing your presence on Google. So make sure you check the other live streams that I have on my channel. One is called Your Website Might Suck, Let's Fix It Live. And then I don't remember the title of the other video with Clay, but you'll see it very easily on my YouTube channels. Is 2 of the best videos that I have with tactical tips on actually taking your business to the next level on Google.
mhm. Yeah, there's ways to get more reviews. Like, yeah, Google is huge. We push it so much. Like we ask our clients or paint like a picture like that like 5 or 6 times to leave a review. So the first way we do it is like it starts with the phone script. So we talk to them, provide all the value that they're getting, and then we ask them, hey, does this sound like everything you're kind of looking for? Or is there anything else that we can provide to make this more of a 5-star experience for you? So you're kind of just a little subliminally putting that out there.
You're leading the
And
witness.
exactly. So you provide the service, then we do a follow-up call afterwards and make sure everything went well. Like the day after service, our team calls them, make sure everything went well. For one, we're just making sure before the review ask goes out that they were actually happy. Because if they were not, at least let's correct it first. And then we can have a review ask go out. And then, so now Review Harvest is doing their campaign. If they're not, then I think we have like a 3-step follow-up with Review Harvest. So it shoots one text, and if they don't leave a review, shoots them like 2 more to leave a review. And then um, about 2 months into their journey, when they first sign on with our company, I reach out to them personally and just be like, hey, this is like a private conversation between me and you. I just want to make sure that everything is you're enjoying the service or meeting your expectations. And most of the time, I mean, you do get to some that are kind of iffy, but most of the time they are, yeah, I'm extremely happy. So what I have an automation now, I look at a Google Sheet where I automate all the reviews that were left on our Google, go to a Google spreadsheet with their name, what they said, whatever. So you want to ask for this, ask people when they're the happiest for things. So I asked them, how was service? Oh, service is awesome. Thank you so much. And so now I look at that Google spreadsheet and I will see if they left a review. If they have not, then we say something. I say, hey, great. Hey, I don't know if you've left a review yet, but hey, we're running this cool little contest here at our company. See which technician get the most amount of reviews, and they get a kickback. They get a bonus every time their name is mentioned in a review. Would you mind leaving a quick review? If not, no worries at all. Appreciate it either way. And so now that allows the technician to get their name mentioned in a review. So we're asking them so many times to get a review. So
John
that
is dropping knowledge on this live stream. Hit the like because if you did not write that down, you're just going to fall behind. The people who win are the people who execute.
Yeah, if they did leave a review, we ask them for a yard sign then. So that we're asking them for something. So if they already left a review, we tell them, hey, we're really trying to grow more in your area specifically. Would you be open to us placing a small yard sign in your yard for a couple of weeks and see what they say? And no one's going to say no. I mean, unless they have HOA rules or whatever. Or if they say no, then it is what it is. At least you tried. So yeah, so that's the importance of Google reviews. So we're trying a lot to get Google reviews. A lot, a
That's
lot.
that's a lot on the digital side. I I still invest heavily on the digital side of my business, but I mean John knows this and our buddy Wes knows this. I'm a sucker for sales letters, sending physical mail to to customers and leads. I was able to finally figure out an automation, so if someone is in my sales funnel, I can kick off a three-step sales letter that they receive in the mail with calls to action and specific offers for them to take the next step in my sales process. So I think having more physical medias are super important in this day and age. It's one reason why I've invested so much um, time, energy, resources on a physical newsletter. We have a physical newsletter that's sent out to 500 of our current and past customers, and then a digital version that we can use as an email or text campaign for everyone else on my list. So I get people now coming to me during my appointments and they say, wow, I really liked that recipe that you mentioned on page 4 of your newsletter. My dog loved it. Because every single one of our issues has a unique recipe specifically for dogs, because our recipients of the newsletter are dog owners. So the front page is a personal story from Ashley and I. And then at least the last newsletter that I just released in September and October, the first piece was a personal story about Ashley and I, and then the next 2 pages were spotlights of some of our referral partners. One referral partner is a rescue that we've partnered with, and another one is this dog blog that's literally the biggest dog blog in Utah. So I was able to partner with this person and we give them we showcase them in our newsletter. And then there's some cute, funny, inspirational articles. There's a recipe, and then I think that's it when it comes to like the actual structure of our newsletter. But these are different marketing strategies, media types that you want to start implementing, even if you just can't do a physical newsletter. If you just want to do a digital newsletter, at least start doing proactive outreaches to your customer list, not only in the sense of, hey, look at me, I have something to sell you. Do you want to give me more of your money? No, most business owners, most businesses in general, not to be crude, treat their customers like one night stands. We reach out to them when we want something from them. It's very rare that I see people proactively reaching out, doing customer of the month awards or customer showcase or highlighting another business. Everyone's always about me, 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 me. Zig Ziglar talks about you can get anything you want in this world if you help enough people get what they want. So the more you give back to your customer list, the more you stay on top of mind without trying to leech off of your customers. When you eventually do provide them an offer, they're going to want to sign up with you because the last 4, 5, 6 messages you've given them were just jam-packed full of value.
That's powerful, man. That is powerful. And that's where like having those automation softwares out there to do that type of thing. And like we were touching about, like what are you doing within your business to reach out to them? Um, yeah, that's powerful, man. I know you're big on direct mail, and I know the stuff that you're cooking up with. You're gonna tell me how you do that QR code thing. I don't know if we
Dude,
can talk more about that, but um,
you don't understand how happy I was when I figured it out, because this was an idea that I was playing around with for like months now. And then yesterday I just sat down with Zapier and I just sat down with Postcard Mania, and I asked Chat Daddy a bunch of stuff, and it gave me some instructions, and then I just had an aha moment. I put it into Postcard Mania and it worked. So I'm super super hyped.
do you mind if I ask you like about that? Can I elaborate
Sure.
more? Like, okay, so what you're from my understanding from that message, so you found a way to automate their quote to go onto a specific QR code
So we're
that goes
talking about we're talking about the responsibid open status. So they fill out the intake form and then they get their prices. And you and I, we've talked about how once they get their prices, there's a huge disconnect between that and them actually getting that quote in jobber. That's why you've called people. That's why you've done a lot of follow-up text messages to get them to just select a price and click I'm ready to schedule. So I started implementing a sales letter where I would manually get their unique URL for their bid on responsive bid. I'll create a custom QR code and then I'll physically print it out and I'll mail it to them. And that works. I just hated the fact that I had to physically create the QR code because it's a unique QR code specifically to their responsive bid link. And that just takes
Mhm.
time. So I was able to find in Postcard Mania, they have a custom reference field that you can associate with each customer called external customer reference number, for example. And then you can create a template QR code in Postcard Mania, and you point to that custom QR code to, I don't remember the exact URL, but it's like responsibid.com/bid/proposal. It's something like that. And
Mhm.
then that part of the URL is the exact same. The only thing that's different is the part aft slash is proposal slash, and then it's a unique character, or it's a
Yep.
unique set of numbers. So I was able to figure out when I do the webhook from Responsibid to Zapier, you're pulling all that information. And one of the fields that you're pulling in Zapier is the custom URL field on Responsibid. So then I use another step called formatter, and I split the text, and it split the responsibid.com/proposal. It removed that, and it just gave me the unique code that's after /proposal. And then I push that code back to Postcard Mania. So when this step gets triggered, it automatically adds that unique code to the external reference number on the QR code template. And then when you print out the QR code template, it automatically directs them to their unique bid proposal.
Get
And
out.
and I have a test order coming in the mail. And if this works, then I can literally do like 20 step sales letters, all linking completely different with different ad copy with first name value. The only other thing that's going to change is like the QR code, but all that's going to be automated because I was able to figure that out.
So it automates their own unique QR code to their own personal bid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know.
That's so good.
So theoretically, you can also do that with postcards. If you're
Yeah.
sending a postcard to someone who already has a bid with you, for example.
Oh man, that's crazy, man.
I
You're gonna have
know.
to show me how to do that. That's powerful. That's some good stuff right there. Because you'd be like, "Hey, it's been 90 days. Like, what the? You're a tough nut to crack. It's got a
Exactly.
squirrel on it or something."
Because
And then,
that's hilarious. Yeah. I'm gonna write that
yeah,
down.
you're a tough nut to crack with a squirrel. And then, yeah, it just, hey, here's your quote, dude. You have to show me that, please. That's that's worth that's priceless right there. Actually, like
That's worth a
that's
like and
huge.
subscribe on this video because I know that's some higher level stuff only if you have responsive bid, but those are some of the little things that you can do from an automation marketing perspective because we're talking about marketing strategies. Um, Sales letters. I always talk about this. I don't have it with, oh, I wrote a book. I wrote a book specifically for property managers. This was a marketing strategy for me. I go to trade shows and I can give this book out to everyone who comes to my booth. I write sales letters. I like words, so I like writing long, long copies. I have a consumer report that's 20 pages long that I give to people as part of my offer stack whenever I'm sending a commercial proposal. I say, like, you'll sign up with us, you're going to get a free copy of my book, you're going to get a free copy of these 20-page report that I created on the step-by-step formula for reducing pet waste complaints in your community. Because at the end of the day, a property manager, what do they want? They want their tenants to stay with them longer, and they want their tenants to refer them and leave reviews. And you get less of both of those if there's a lot of dog poop all over the property. So that consumer report is a long sales letter, but it gives them 5 action items and 5 secrets on what they can do to reduce pet waste complaints in their community and maximize tenant satisfaction. And that, maybe that's not interesting, or maybe that's not important for a pooper scooper business owner, but that's important for a property manager because that's the exact issues that they're dealing with.
Let's go, man. I still need a copy of that book. I should buy one.
Uh,
Only if you
I actually
autograph it, though.
I actually have it. It's shame on me. I actually have it on like one of my to-dos to send you a book and to send you a sweater.
Let's go. I forgot about that.
I forgot about
Yeah,
it too.
yeah, yeah, man. I would love to have that with the collection. Back on marketing strategy. So I have a few other ones to touch on, unless you want to
Sure.
cut it short. But what are you currently doing for like referrals? how to get referrals.
So I know Jobbers released like their referral automation, so you can trigger a notification that gets sent out to customers and they get a unique link to send to their friends and family, and it'll associate that customer if they sign up with your customer so they can get a discount or referral bonus. So our referral program is for every customer you refer to us, we'll give you $25 in cash, and we also donate $25 to this animal rescue. And because
Cool.
our referral program has worked so well this year, and because I've just been super blessed with my business, we just gave $2,000 to that animal rescue, and we got a massive check, dry erase board check from Amazon, and we took a picture with that rescue. And now I'm using that picture in social media, on Facebook, on Google, on Instagram, as another marketing asset. But it's also the story behind it. I talk about how I never owned a dog. I grew up from a my family was super broke growing up when I lived in New York, and I never had a dog. An animal, a pet was just not in the works for us. And then I married Ashley, and she has a dog, Dax, and now I have a dog. And once I had a dog, it made me realize all these things that I haven't paid attention to in the past, like senior dogs or dogs over all the shelters overwhelmed with just dogs, because there's a huge problem all over the United States with just shelters being over flooded. And then I eventually found out about this rescue where they focus on saving at-risk senior dogs. They're called the Golden Barks Foundation. So they primarily only take care of the dogs that people neglect, that people just give away because they're too old, the ones that people don't actually rescue, and they get put down because they're old. And for
Mm.
whatever reason, that story really resonated with me, and I wanted to do something with that organization ever since then. So I reached out to the owner of that rescue, and I told them, I'm like, hey, I want to partner with you guys. I want to do this referral program. I want every time someone gets referred to me from anywhere, I want to give you a donation. They also have a gala that's actually happening this Friday, a week from now, and I'm the premier sponsor at that gala. So I'm excited to just work with this organization. The people who own it are awesome. The rescue is awesome, and I just love the story of just helping like older dogs. And a lot of my customers, they really like that story too. So I'm excited to also use that in my marketing.
That's huge, man. That's good. Yeah, your customers see you're getting involved within the community. That's game changer right there. And you generally want to. Like it's heartfelt. I mean, people can kind of fish out that you're doing it just for publicity if you're doing it for publicity, but the meaning behind it is tremendous right there. And yeah, I can tell you're just genuine about that shelter and you want to get back to them. That's cool.
Mhm.
That's a very smart strategy there. I never thought about that. Actually, like donating, whether you want to donate to a specific shelter or maybe like a shelter of their choice. Like that's good too.
I think this is all an assumption. I think people are just so overwhelmed with like life in general. Unless you are like an active dog trainer or dog breeder, at least from the people that I've talked to, most dog owners, moms, busy professionals, they don't really pay attention to like the shelters. They know that shelters are overrun, but they don't know this specific shelter just had to put down 100 dogs because they don't have any money or funding, or there's no space. So at least for me, I've thought about this referral program for like 2 years, and I wanted to find an organization that, not that we're on the same size or anything, because they have a massive online presence. I'm super small compared to them. Um, but that we were aligned with our same values, and the Golden Park Foundation were super aligned, and like I want to keep helping them as much as possible. So that's why I pulled.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
That's cool. I like that. And you've obviously you donated $2,000. That's was that 100 clients right there? My math's correct.
I I don't know. Shame on me. I don't know how many customers I've actually gotten as refer. My Jobber does, because I've always tracked that as a lead
Sure.
source referrals. but I do not believe it was 100 customers that have been referred to me. It's definitely more than like 20 or 30, I think, at this point. And then the
That's awesome.
rest was just extra money that I wanted to give to the rescue because I want to
Sure.
help them.
100%. Yeah, that's awesome, man. So 20, 30 clients, that's tremendous just by implementing a nice little referral program.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, I don't do it. Now you're just giving me sparking ideas. Maybe I'll change it later. But right now we use Clicky, CLICKI for that. So they it's a they do the math for them themselves and all that stuff. But it's really nice the way it's set up. So we no, it's kind of hard how to make this like a little easier to understand. So if anyone wants to sign, like they can sign up like themselves to sign up, or we can manually put them in it. And the way it works, they get their own special link, kind of like Jobber, to sign up, and it brings them to just like a form. And if anyone signs up with that form, they get $75 cash in that account, and they can take that. They can, you know, take that as an Amazon gift card. They can use that money, wired to their bank account. There's so many options that they can do. So that's the way we have it right now. So they would have like their own link. They share across social media, whatever they want. And another cool thing is Clicky makes it to where anyone that clicks that link, they get $1 to that just brought someone to our form.
Mm.
So what's also nice with Clicky is I can set a mile radius, like set our service area. So if anyone clicks it outside of our service area, it doesn't count towards that dollar. So it's anyone that's inside of the service area that actually takes action on it, they get rewarded as well. So it's cool. It's nice.
You're gamifying the referral process.
100%. Yeah, so we have it to where if they sign up for a one time, they get $50, and then if they sign up for recurring, you get an additional 25. So Clicky does all that math and depositing into their account automatically, and it syncs up with Jobber. So they work with Jobber. So once the client's created, we complete the visit, it rewards them automatically, and then once we schedule their recurring, it rewards them for that additional 25. So it's like a set it and forget it. So
And I've mentioned this before, like we need to come up with some sort of referral ascension ladder where at the very tippy top is like 10 or 20 referrals. But if you give us 20 referrals, I'm going to give you an 80-inch TV, or I'm going to get you tickets to, I was going to say a Taylor Swift concert, but those tickets are expensive.
oh yeah, I don't know about that.
But if someone gives you 10 to 20 referrals, if your average LTV is $1,500 to $2,000, what is that? 40K 40K potentially that you can make from a customer from their referrals. I
100%.
I think that math is correct, but
That's worth it.
yeah, I'm going to give someone a PS5 if they give me 20 referrals.
Or GTA 6, whenever it
If
comes out.
if it ever comes out.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's some good stuff. Yeah, I know Clicky, they do have a built-in leaderboards section.
Mm.
So you can see really who's high performing, but they don't have like a built-in rewarded system. So it's just kind of like your way to look back on.
Hmm.
Before we get on a tangent, so I don't know if anyone was still interested, but I can pull up that review harvest dashboard to kind of
Yeah,
show
do it.
people. Let me see, make sure I do this thing correctly.
We still got 10 people in the live stream watching this. Thank you so much.
Nice.
It's an hour and a half into this live stream. 10 people still with us. Thank you so much. Like the video, subscribe, share this with your friends. We're trying to grow the scooping industry. We want everyone to make six figures because there's enough dog poop for everyone if you take action.
All right, I'm getting my code now. I don't think it can share to like my secondary monitor, but I'm about to log in just a second.
You should be able to. And both John and I, we invested in a $200 book donation for Alex Hormozy's money model. So we both got access to his ACQ AI. And I really like how a lot of the times when the AI is talking to you, like it sounds like Alex, but I love what he says where he's like, winners win because they execute, like 100%. I,
That's gold
s-
right there.
I suck at executing, and his AI is just telling me like, this is exactly what you need to do. go do it because winners win because they execute.
It's nice to get that little friendly reminder. We all get busy. We all get, lose track of what we need to get done. So I'm a big fan of block scheduling. I've been on that. So between 10 and 11, I'm doing this. Between 11 and noon, I'm doing this to keep holding yourself accountable and make sure you're keeping up with the tasks. But yeah, all right, I'll share my screen. Oh yeah, I can. Okay, allow.
Oh, there
Do
you
you see
go.
my screen?
Yes, sir.
Cool, 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 cool. All right. So what's cool about Review Harvest back in the reviews? This is the review asking software. They now make it to where you can automatically post to your social media, your reviews, etc. You can post to your stories, your feed on a specific day or even time, which is super, super nice. And you create templates down here. So we have like our crew, any images, and you put where you want the review. This is like the in feed. This is the story. Yeah, so these
How
are
many
our,
how many pictures or templates can you have?
I think it's unlimited.
Wow.
Um,
How does it cycle
but
through the pictures?
it goes in order. So I think it's going to start here, then this one, then this one, then the next one. It kind of just goes down from what Clay was saying. It goes in like order. So it's not going to be the same one every single time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's like, I'm not going to create a template, but just to kind of edit it and kind of show you what you would do is you would upload a picture. You can adjust like the horizontal, vertical, and then you put where you want the reviews. You can move this around. That's pretty much it. And then you hit save. So then it's automatically going to populate the review into here when someone leaves you a review. And that's what it looks like in the
Is it
story.
only for Facebook or does it post to Google Business Profile?
It does to your, right now it's just Facebook and Instagram.
Mm,
Well, this is kind of, there's a glitch right now with like my Instagram. So that's why it's not working. So Clay's working on it right now, but Facebook and Instagram as of now. So I'm sure Google will be coming out here at some point.
yeah, I think I'm gonna need to have Clay on another live stream so we can talk about this some more.
Yeah, yeah. So it's cool. So yeah, reviews are huge, 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 huge.
Cindy said it's not available yet, at least on Sweep and Go.
What's that?
Hmm. I'm assuming she's talking about the Review Harvest stuff, which I don't really understand why that matters. Cindy, if you want to explain what's not available yet, at least on Sweep and Go.
I think Cindy's in Indiana too. I think she's
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Review Harvest, it just isn't available.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Maybe because
poopscoopsfornoobs.com/review harvest. I mean, you should be able to sign up.
I know she talked to Clay before, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, Clay's super easy to get in contact with. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so I'm not
I
really
think
sure. We got some
yeah.
older comments that I haven't read. Mando Ann, I gave a pickleball in December, permanent injury, limping while hanging
Oh,
poop scoop door hangers, 470 door hangers since 9/12. Damn, 8 days ago, 470. That's amazing.
you pushing those door hangers.
Pickleball is the fastest growing sport. Ping pong on a tennis court, and they bring dogs. One is the loneliest number. It's true. Worst number in business is one. Sometimes kids will pay for a scooper. How much are y'all paying per meta lead? Poop scoop rescue.
It really depends on the rush, really, like the time of year. During like we do lead campaigns, not like the messaging campaign. So I know with messaging, it tends to be like cheaper with like just sending a message with the messenger. We do the lead form where we need like their name, number, and email. But during our spring rush, I got it down as low as it was like $4 or $5 per lead. So that was nice. But
Wow.
right now we're per lead, we're averaging between like 20 to 40.
With lead forms,
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a sales campaign and I think I got to turn off these campaigns because like my price per lead is like $180.
Mm. Yeah, so it could just be like just Yeah, so at that point, when it reaches a certain amount, I personally just turn it off and start from scratch, new ads.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I do.
Park at pickleball courts with your poop scoop truck and car magnets. That's a great marketing strategy right there.
Absolutely. Or like a local pet store.
Serving others or serve yourself. Oh, that reminded me the King of Pooh, Jim from Scooby Doo. My first year, I had a conversation with him, and he said one of the best things that you can do is take your branded truck and park it in front of a Lowe's entrance or a Home Depot entrance and just leave it there all day long, or a pet store, and then you'll just have foot traffic seeing your vehicle. I only have one truck, so I haven't wanted to leave my truck somewhere because I still need it to scoop, but maybe if I get a second truck, I might start doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't, because we need our trucks. I don't have an extra truck just on standby. But
And I just saw Rhino Scoop sent a message just now, but I remember Rhino Scoop mentioned messaged this earlier. But love the call and the content. Thank you
oh,
for
thank you.
your support and waiting for the shadow. But he's saying I think Cindy means a social posting portion of Review Harvest is still showing us coming soon if you use Sweep and Go. Review Harvest is silver sign. I think that's true too
Mhm.
because last time I checked Review Harvest, I don't have that social posting yet. But John, he single-handedly brought Review Harvest to the poop scooping world. So I think Clay's just going to give him access to everything first.
No, I mean, Clay just reached out and I just had to share the love. Every time I find something that I enjoy and I think people will benefit from, I share the love.
100%.
Yeah, he did all the work though.
We got still 10 people watching the live, an hour 41 minutes into the live stream. This is
Oh,
amazing. We got one more secret to share with you guys. Thank you so much for being on the live stream. You can still ask any questions until we leave. Secret number 5, customer experience. John mentioned a lot of amazing things on what he does from the customer experience perspective, but this really is the I think the hidden tool that a lot of people don't focus on when it comes to their business. Um, People don't remember what you say to them. People don't remember your prices. The only thing that they're going to remember is how you make them feel. So, what are you doing? And this is a question for John, but for the audience as well. What are you doing to wow your customer? How are you giving them an experience so good that they have to refer you to their own mama? That's the type of experience that you want to give to every single one of your customers. It's hard, and it gets even harder the bigger your business gets, which ties back into, I think, secret number 2, technologies and systems. You want to,
mhm.
once you get to a point, you want to start automating as much as you can to help with the workload, but also standardizing what your texts do, what your texts say, how they greet the customer. John, I know part of John's customer experience for every new initial appointment, his tech goes to the front door and knocks on the door to introduce themselves. I don't do that. I'm too much of a coward to knock on someone's door. I'll text them that I'm outside. Sometimes they'll come outside, but I don't. I probably should knock on the door because it just gives me that one more opportunity to wow them and put a face to the name. So what are your thoughts when it comes to customer experience, John?
Yeah, yeah, I'll get into that. But while I'm talking, I would love to hear what people are doing in the chat. So if you have any little gold nugget that you're doing that you found cool, please type in there. I love to see what you're doing. But I'll give you like our process. So from one, that first initial phone call. So obviously we are getting their pain points, seeing why they need our service, and how can we provide an amazing experience for them. They used a pooper scooper in the past, and are they leaving them for a reason? So let's make sure that the reason why they're leaving doesn't happen with us. So there's that. There's certain scripts on the phone. Example, I touched on it earlier. We're asking, providing all the value that they're getting. They're getting the gate photo. They're getting a text from on our way, our guarantee. So they really have nothing to lose other than gain. And then we ask them, is there anything else that you think we can provide to make it more of a 5-star experience for you? So that's like the first touch point there. That's the first experience. Then they get that welcome video, where I send them out personally, like a selfie video in text saying, hey, I just saw you on your schedule. Can't wait to serve you. Then the day before, they're getting a picture of their actual technician. And it's a text from the technician saying, hey, you're on our schedule. So you're on the schedule for tomorrow. My name is Joe. Here's a little bit about me. Can't wait to serve you. Then now Joe, when he gets there, he's sitting on my way. He arrives, knocks on the door. Hey, Mrs. Jones, I'm Joe. So you know that I'm here. I'll just go over everything with you real quick because if you have any questions for me, at least putting a face to the company and the technician, because people want to know who's coming out to the yard. They don't want, this sketchy dude coming in the yard, and, at least just put a face. I feel like this day and age, everything is automated and you're kind of losing like that personal touch. So we want
Everything's
to keep like
behind
that.
AI.
Exactly. Like we want to keep like that local feel. And we're a local company. Like we really care about them and their business, and it shows. So we go there, knock, and for one, we do it for safety reasons, make sure they know we're actually there and the dogs are actually inside. Two, we want to wow the customer. We do this for a couple of reasons. One, we saw that this leads to more tips and better reviews, actually knocking and introducing yourself. And this allows you to fix anything that was wrong on the notes or like their submission form. Like we'll look, all right, so I have a backyard, just the grass only. You know what? Mrs. Jones is like, you know what? Actually, it's the rock. I forgot to mention the rock. Can you add that on there? Yep, I'll make sure to note that. And so now they alert the office, hey, moving forward, check the rock. So this prevents them from ever complaining that waste was missed, but you went over everything. Like, but had you not knocked, you wouldn't have known that to also check this area. So there's that. And then we call them the day after, make sure everything went well. We send them a handwritten note. I send them a handwritten note saying, thank you for the service. We're checking in on them. Customer experience it's huge for us. Like I engraved in all of our technicians and trained them well that we would go way above and beyond for a client if we have to. I tell them, I'm the one that signs your check, but they're the ones that pay you. Like they're the reasons why we all have jobs. So we need to treat them like priority status, no matter what. I don't care if they have the shittiest home, shittiest yard to the nicest home, nicest area. Treat them all exactly the same. They're the reasons why we have a job. And we need to make sure they're taken care of. So anything they need, like we have someone on standby by the phones, almost 24/7. I mean, through business hours, we're answering the call if anyone has an issue. And we've had times where people call and like, hey, such and such was out an hour ago and there's waste missed. What are you going to do? You need to have a procedure for that. Well, we do. We come right back out. Like, Miss Jones, I'm so sorry. What area went missed? This is a consistent thing, or does this should just start to happen? All right, rest assured, Joe's going to circle right back, get what was missed. I'm so sorry. This won't happen again. So accidents happen, own up to it, but really, you just need to wow the customer from the moment they call till they cancel service, because I've always keep this in mind. So, Anthony, would you say when you have a horrible, absolutely horrible experience from someone, how many people are you telling? So this could be really anyone. It's a great conversation starter. It's a great conversation starter. Like, guys, can you I had this happen to me, a crazy story. They're telling, like, you're telling 10 people at like a family party, and they're telling 5 people. They're telling 5 people, and it spreads out. But if you wow someone from the very beginning, you may get less people that tell about your company, but obviously the reward and what they're saying is so much better. So like I look at it as if it's the negative experience, they're telling everyone and their mom, because it's a great conversation starter. Like people love drama. They love that, you know, Joe, the technician, they're going to say, like, oh, Joe, the technician left the gate open and my dog got out, and I had 5 of my neighbors helping out, and I couldn't find my dog for 3 hours. Like, that happened to someone, they're going to tell everyone, because that's a great conversation starter. But if you wow a customer, they're probably going to tell less people, but it's an amazing story. So, what is it? Disney says, like Walt Disney, his thing was, I think it takes 30 magical moments to make up for one bad experience.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously things happen. We're all human, but how do we prevent that from happening? How do we make this an amazing experience? So we're constantly tweaking things, making things better. We just recently started like the selfie video and the technician the day before. So we're always improving and evolving. We're trying to think of different things. We do also do like the monthly contests, rewarding our clients to get prizes, the free Christmas photos at the end of the year for a Christmas card. So like, what can you do to make this be like, wow, I get all this from a poop scoop company? I had someone that I paid $30,000 for a new roof. I didn't even get a thank you. You know what I mean? Like, that speaks volumes.
There's
So
there's so much to unpack there. Like one thing that got triggered in my head was Dale Carnegie had to make friends and influence people. One of his core rules is a person's the most favorite word in the entire world for a person is their own name. So acknowledge them by their first name. Say your please and thank yous. Like this sounds basic, but there's a reason why not everyone has a 6 or 7 figure poop scooping business, because it's these soft skills. I don't know whether it's the brain rot on social media or just anxiety. I think COVID has impacted a lot of people because it forced everyone to be inside more and have less face to face interactions. But saying people's first name, saying please and thank yous, that's super important from a customer experience perspective. Um, I talk about Dan Kennedy a lot. John and all of our friends are making fun of me when I brought up to Dan Kennedy a couple of days ago. But he has this really great story where he has this female barber that he's been with for like 20, 30 years. And he's like, this has been the longest standing relationship I've ever been with a woman. And he's been married twice to like to two different ladies. So it's like a joke. But his barber, his hair stylist person says you can get away with a lot of bad haircuts if you just give someone a couple of neck rubs. And that means that even if you mess up, if you just go a little above and beyond, if you just try to, once again, wow someone, it's going to give you a lot more leeway when you eventually do mess up, because everyone makes mistakes. And if you make a mistake, you have to own up to it. You have to apologize. And then the very next thing you need to do is like, what is your solution to that problem? It's okay to it's important to acknowledge that you made a mistake, but then how are you resolving that issue? Before I started scooping and while I started scooping, I was the manager for a service desk. So I was the escalation point for people who wanted to talk to a manager and who had a ticket languishing with the support team for like weeks or months, and they want to yell at someone. And one of my directors, he gave me like this framework, like acknowledge that something went wrong, talk about how you're course correcting it so that it never happens again, and then let them know what is the next thing that you're doing to help them resolve or take a step towards that resolution. And you can use that for any conflict that you have as a business owner. I put it in the I put a poll in the chat, but do you have a welcome bag for brand new customers? Something that I've implemented from the very big, well, maybe 2 years into my scooping business, was this amazing welcome to the family kit, where it has a bunch of branded uh, uh, dog accessories. It has a welcome to the family letter. It has information, doggy information and behavior guides made by a certified pet nutrition coach. It has the very first issue of our newsletter. It has coupons and discounts and business cards from our referral partners. It comes in a really nice branded tote bag. I actually started putting copies of my book now in that welcome to the family bag, just because, I mean, I have hundreds of copies of this book. I might as well give it to people because they might know a property manager. And even if they don't know a property manager, they're going to be like, holy shit, my pooper scooper gave me all this stuff and he's written a book. There's no other pooper scooper in my state, let alone in the rest of the country. There are 2 or 3 other scoopers that actively work that have a book, but I don't see them actively promoting or using it in their value stack. And this is not the first book I'm writing. I'm going to be writing more books. I'm in the process of writing. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm going to be writing more books, and I'm probably going to have one more book written by the end of the year.
that's
Um,
awesome, man.
yeah. So
I
these
didn't
are
even know that.
How do I know that?
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know you're
Oh,
writing another one.
no, yeah, it just came out of nowhere. But yeah, I've been thinking about, because this is for property managers for commercial accounts, but I want to do something similar. Maybe not of this topic, but I would do something similar for residential customers, because that's where a bulk of my business is coming from. So how can I use that as a lead magnet? I'm still trying to think of like a compelling book or a compelling title for a residential customer, because I don't know if like the top 5 dangers dog poop is making in your backyard. I don't know if that's going to be compelling enough, but it will position me as an authority figure. So it just depends on the type of book that I want to do.
It's so cool, man. Yeah, I'm excited to dive into your book.
I'm gonna after this, I'm gonna get your address and then I'll send it to you.
You got it.
Mando, and I live 500 yards from a golf course and park my truck there a couple of days a week all day, strategically positioning my car magnets. That's super smart.
Nice.
MJ, I'm just joining the stream. Thank you for doing this, guys. I will be watching this from the start once you guys are finished, but do have a highlight reel for me. Cheddar Chasin, what's up, guys? MJ,
What up?
how do I get the book? You can find the book on Amazon. That's awesome. If you want to buy a copy of my book, please do. It would mean the world to me. Leave me a review, a 5-star review. That would be even better. John, it's almost 2 hours on this live stream. Let's land the plane. There's a couple of like housekeeping stuff and other things that we wanted to talk about very fast. But what are some closing thoughts that you want to leave with the audience before we go into like some last things that we want to discuss?
Yeah, I mean, overall, this was just how to scale and get past that 100K or even improve. But we touched on a lot of important things. My biggest piece of advice is just consistency and providing a great experience to each exact customer from the moment they contact you, pretty much till they cancel or die. Try to say or whatever happens.
So
So
subscribe, follow up until they
yeah,
either subscribe, they die, or they beg for mercy.
it's really it. Yeah, everyone's looking for like that secret nugget. It's just being consistent and kind of mastering each specific field when it comes to like marketing or customer experience and just scaling that, double down on that. Just keep find what works, see what works, test things out, and just keep doing exactly that. And I can't just biggest thing as well, speed to lead. If they're calling you, answer that freaking phone. If they're texting you, text back ASAP. If they're emailing you, email back ASAP. They don't want to wait. They have a problem, they want it solved as soon as possible. Just at least say, hey, I'm busy. I'll get right back to you. Something. Don't wait a few hours until you get home. Reach out to them. Yeah, a lot of people think like again, there's like this secret golden nugget. It's not. It's just putting in the hard work, delegating these tasks. If you're not good at something, find someone that's good at it and do it for you. Delegation has been huge for me. Answering the phone, automation. Yeah, there's just so much there. So, yeah, it's really just hone in and double down on what's working and just go even think about how to. I never think about, I always tell my team, it's not about perfection, it's about progression. So it doesn't be perfect, but how do we get better? How do we keep getting better? How do we do what we're currently doing and make this even better? So that's why I implemented new like the here's your technician the day before, or here's a selfie video. So these are improvements. It's not perfect yet. We'll find that perfection maybe someday down the line, but how do we progress? How do we get even better? So just doubling down on that is what I recommend.
Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today.
100%.
Did you guys cover automation, like what tools you use? We absolutely did. Secret number 2, technologies and systems. I highly recommend everyone who's watching this live stream, whether you're watching it live or on the replay, rewind this video. There's so many golden nuggets in this video. This was a
Another one we didn't touch on is go high level. That's a great one too.
go high level, and it has an integration with Jobber.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we did talk about it, how they have the integration, but yeah.
Even after they cancel, yes, keep following up even after they cancel, because just because they said no right now, or just because they said no, life's crazy for everyone. This world is chaotic, so people are going to cancel. But the number one reason why people don't come back to work with you after they cancel, what do you think the number one reason is, John?
Self-management.
The number one reason why people don't come back
Oh,
to
why they
work,
don't come back,
why they
or
don't
why
come
they
back,
cancel? Oh,
why they don't come back. I
I'll
mean, I
go
guess
check.
uh, actually that's actually a really good point. What would you say the number one or two reasons why people cancel?
Self-management, or well, technically it's self-management and miscellaneous on our Google Sheet, but self-management or miscellaneous, technically.
I would say
Random shit.
self-management, financial reasons because they lost a job or
Or
something,
financial. Yeah.
or because a dog died. But the reality is people cancel and they don't come back. Why don't they come back? It's because they don't remember that you exist. So you have to follow up with them even after they cancel because they said no right now. That doesn't mean they're going to say no to you in the future.
Another touch point on that. Surprisingly, a lot of people don't even remember your name, your business name. So that's why
Oh
it's
yeah,
super important to constantly follow up with them.
I had someone
They
call
don't
me Andrew the other day.
Who was that?
I get it. It was very hard not to correct. I was like, yeah, it's my pleasure to help.
Yeah. Um, yeah, a lot of people don't remember your name. So that's why it's important to like your company name, not just your personal name. A lot of people don't remember your company name. So if you consistently reach out to them, that's good. So little tidbit, like we do like a monthly campaign. We also use keywords in the subject line and body, like poop scooping, dog poop, whatever. So now they just search that in their Gmail and they can find us.
That's actually that's a super tip right there because I forget. I always try to be mindful of like keywords in like the email subject line. I always try to go for more curiosity driven subject lines because I want to try to get them to
Sure.
actually click the email. But having poop scoop in the subject line would it's definitely future proofing because people are going to they're just going to type in poop scooping in their email and your stuff's going to pop up.
Mhm.
MJ said, so I had a person cancel because I was too fast in doing the work, even though everything was clean. They felt the $25 was too much for the time I spent in the yard.
I've had some people complain about this in the past too.
I've had people complain about that.
Yeah, how do we word it? It was, um, you're not paying for time, you're paying for, I forget how we worded it. It's on our Monday board. You're not paying for time, you're paying for quality. If nothing was missed, I don't see the point.
Yeah,
Just so you know.
I would ask them, oh, thank you for letting me know. Is there any piles that I missed? And more likely than not, they're going to say, like, no, but, well, there's no piles back there. So even if it takes me 5 minutes or it takes me 15 minutes, what's the end goal? Like you not having poop in your yard. And you want to be empathetic, you want to hear them, but
Hmm.
also it's your business, MJ. If someone wants to shit on you because you're too fast, then you're going to find someone else that you can do even faster and pay them more because not every customer is your customer.
Exactly.
So John, some last minute things. I wanted to bring everyone's attention to Poop Scoop Academy. Both John and I are members of this amazing group, PSA. It's a wonderful resource if you're just starting out or if you want a community of other scoopers to work with to talk about problems. I have a Monday morning, a Monday afternoon call where it's just open office hours. People can join the call, and it's just like this live stream. I just answer whatever questions possible. We just have a discussion. Now, Rick Kushman from the Poop Valet, he's doing a launchpad call on Wednesdays. That's available for everyone, not even just the school community, but our Facebook group, Poop Scoop Academy. You want to check that out. But I'm also bringing this up because we have a classroom here called business coaching. And John is actually one of our certified coaches in PSA. So, John, I'll let you take it over
Yeah.
from here.
Yeah, I know you're interested in coaching too. It's not like a competition here. We all have our different expertise here. But yeah, I mean, I do coaching. I love it. This is be eventually like my end game. When I do sell region scoopers, I want to be just full-time consulting. I love helping people and providing knowledge. I've I've been in a lot of people's shoes where they're juggling a day job, they want to take that leap, or like I'm very big on automation and customer experience. So, yeah, what it is, it's weekly calls, one-on-one. I give you a shit ton of homework to do, so I hold you accountable for doing things. And one of the biggest things when it comes to coaching is really just holding people accountable and making, you need someone there that's going to help you and guide you. It's been with your in your exact path and knows what you should be doing and making sure you're on top of what you're doing. So I'm very big on that. I will call you out for not doing your homework, like, hey man, like, come on, you got to do this. So I'm very big on holding people accountable. And yeah, just like I said, very big on automation. I know that's huge. That was game changer for me. So I know the importance of it. So I really take a deep dive, see where your goals, where your current goals are, what you're trying to get to, where you're currently at. We'll go over numbers. I never share anything. Everything's perfectly confidential. I want to see exactly where you're at in your business and see how we can improve you from there. So
You can contact John at regionscoopers.com. I learned a shit ton from John. He's one of my good friends. We have calls all the time just talking about, like, there's a reason why we can live stream for 2 hours, because this is literally like stuff that we just talk about all day, every day in like our smaller groups and on like Zoom calls. So John is super knowledgeable. He's an amazing coach. If you want to work with him directly, John@regionscoopers.com. I also have coaching on the PSA school community. I do my open office hours. I also do personalized one-on-one coaching. If you go to poopscoopsfornoobs.com/coaching, you can do a 2-hour breakthrough call with me where we'll go through everything on your scooping business. I try, I don't know everything, but I know a lot of people, and like if you give me a question, I'm probably going to ask John to see if he knows the answer to that. I love to just talk business. I love to
mhm.
coach. There's a reason why I have my YouTube channel. It's been amazing. So if you want to reach out to us directly for some one-on-one coaching, make sure you send us a message. You can message me on Facebook or Instagram. You can send me an email. You can email John or send him a message on Facebook. Um,
Yeah, and then
poopscoopsfor,
go ahead.
poopscoopsfornoobs.com/PSA. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm sure you're the same way. It's like with our coaching, you're not locked into anything. So even if you want to just give us a try for a month and cancel, no hard feelings. So at least you learn something. And the whole goal is to, I would like to have you on a monthly basis because you're not gonna learn everything in 1 month. But just know that, hey, I'll just pay for a month, see how it goes, and go from there. Just know, like, nothing is very quick. I know I touched on it a few times. You need to create momentum. So a lot of things that we go over, you start doing it, you keep doing it. But that's door hangers, yard signs, whatever, marketing. Even if you're swamped, like it's spring rush and you cannot keep up with demand, you still need to be doing that stuff because as soon as you stop, that's you're starting from square one all over again. Where it's like, okay, now we're slow again. Had I keep marketing, doing door hangers, yard signs, calling old clients, I would be in a lot of different space now. So that's the biggest thing. So another
And
tip.
MJ, sorry, John, and MJ mentioned, like, I wish the entry fee was lower, but I would have signed up. But uh, whether you can spend the 49 a month to join the school community or reach out to one of us for one-on-one coaching, it's not about the money. It's about compressing the time and minimizing the pain that you have to experience learning everything by yourself. John has learned a bunch being a business owner. He's gone through a bunch of ups and a bunch more downs. I've struggled as a business owner from an anxiety perspective, depression perspective, finance perspective, juggling a full-time job and content creation and growing my side hustle. We've gone through these experiences with our own business, and if you want to avoid those same issues, if you want to not make the mistakes we did, that's why investing in a coach is super important. It's super valuable. I don't have a coach. I'm part of a high level mastermind where I'm spending thousands of dollars a year now just to be in a group of other like-minded business owners 10 times bigger than me because I'm learning from them. They're giving me valuable feedback. So that's why a one-on-one coach is super, super helpful. And if a coach has way too much commitment, if you don't want to commit, that's why the school community, poopscoops.com/PSA for our Poop Scoop Academy school group is a low barrier entry with all of the modules, training, everything that you need for a successful poop scooping business, all consolidated in a framework that you can just follow and ask for advice. Take the information that you need to launch your business forward. So I highly, highly suggest. Does not matter about the enter fee. That totally, I mean, it's all relative because it depends on how much you're charging your customers, but you just need one new customer to sign up for regular services. If your average monthly price is $100, because that's my average ticket, you just need one customer to pay for school. And if you can get one brand new customer because you signed up for school, for our Poop Scoop Academy school, poopscoops.com/PSA, if you just get one customer from signing up, then that makes the subscription worth it. And Cole Merling from Easy Scoops, who is the main admin for PSA, he has amazing discounts coming down the pipe. He got an exclusive, I think it's a 15% discount for Sweep and Go users. So if you have 2 or 3 Sweep and Go employees, you spend a lot of money just for having employees because that's just the structure of the licensing. But if you're a PSA member, you get a 15%, I think it's 15% discount on Sweep and Go. So you're already saving money on your Sweep and Go subscription just for being in the PSA group. And like you made your money right then and there. So there's a lot of reasons why you should join PSA. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I mean, I look at whether it's a school community or coaching. I mean, if you have more time than money, like everyone's situation is different, then yeah, you can definitely do it on your own, but it will take longer. But if you're looking forward to get there a little quicker, obviously PSA or coaching will get you there a lot faster where you want to go.
Would you tell people to start as a doing business as, or would you incorporate? I started my scooping business as a DBA, and then I think 3 years later, that's when I converted into an LLC because I was going to start hiring people. If I had the funds from the very beginning, I would incorporate because you want to make sure you have that separation between business and personal liability. Because if anything happens, like if a dog escapes or if you get in a car accident, someone gets hurt, someone gets killed, if you're a DBA, they're going to come for all your personal assets. At least if you have an LLC, if you're incorporated, they'll go after your business, but they can't go after your personal stuff.
Yeah, I felt it's an LLC right off the bat. Now we're an S corp, but LLC right off the bat.
I can feel that just coming from disability cash is tight. I am still in Canada, so will the advice help still? I think the only thing that the advice probably wouldn't apply to you, and you kind of mentioned it here. I wish I could use Sweep and Go. They're not in Canada. Poopswoops.com/jobber. They're a Canadian company, and I'm pretty sure, well, I know they're in Canada. But the only thing that probably wouldn't apply are I actually don't know what couldn't apply, John. Like everything that we said is pretty
Maybe
universal. Of
some
course,
maybe some legal advice because I don't know like the
yeah,
legal stuff out there, but
because
that's
we're not lawyers. Like, oh yeah, we do not have LLC here in Canada, so like I wouldn't be able to talk about the legality behind some of the Canadian stuff. Um, but all the 5 secrets that we talked about can apply for not even just scooping businesses, but like any business, because we're talking about core foundational structures in a 6-figure business.
100%. Yeah, I mean all the fundamentals are there. It's really just the basics. Yeah, all that still applies. I know with being Canada, the pricing structure is different and the currency. That's really the currency and like the legal stuff is all I can see that's a little different.
MJ, thank you. You are welcome. Poopscoops.com/jobber if you want to try out Jobber for free, 14 days. Get my exclusive discount plus my Jobber cheat sheet for Pooper Scoopers. Poopscoops4noobs.com/PSA for Poop Scoop Academy Facebook group or Facebook poopscoops4noobs.com/PSA for Poop Scoop Academy school group. Check out Poop Scoop Academy on Facebook as well. It's the biggest and best Pooper Scooper Facebook group out there. John's on there, I'm on there. Thousands of people are on that Facebook group. Reach out to John at regionscoopers.com if you want some coaching. Reach out to me if you want some coaching. Poopscoops4noobs.com/coaching. /review harvest if you want some review harvest stuff. John, what else? What are the final thoughts for you before we close out this live stream?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of touched on it. Yeah, I mean, all in all, this was about the secret to building a six-figure scoop business. It's really just honing in and doing the basic stuff. Nothing is super easy. There's no golden nugget. It's just doing what you know you should be doing consistently. So just keep kicking ass, and you guys will get there.
Damn, Courtney, great lives, fella. She's been with us this whole 2 hours. Love you, Courtney. I'm actually going to San Diego in December, so I'm going to see Courtney.
No way. For what?
Yeah. My favorite band, Tame Impala, they're going on tour, and one of their shows is in San Diego on a Sunday. So we're gonna fly out like a Saturday night, spend the day with Courtney and her hubby, and party it up.
That's so cool. Courtney has the best branding, I swear. I love her branding.
San Diego Scoop Squad. Yeah, she's
yeah.
I mean, I've said it, I think in the last live stream. I will say it again. Courtney Copeland, San Diego Scoop Squad has the best branding in
100%.
the poop scooping industry.
Oh, 100%. I agree. She's killing it.
Second best is Region Scoopers.
No. That was our scoops. Second best.
Jason Marshall. Hey, Tony. Good to see you. Good to see you, Jason. Scooping makes you feel good.
Yeah,
it does make me feel good. Makes
you get lower back pain and wrist pain sometimes, but
yeah, but your wallet gets fat. And you get to meet amazing people.
That is true.
Mando, thank you so much, guys. You're welcome. But that was it. That was the secrets for building a six-figure poop scooping business. Reach out to us if you want any coaching. Poopscoops4noobs.com/PSA for our school community. Poopscoops4noobs.com/jobber if you want to try out Jobber. And yeah, we'll see you on the next scoop. And as always, acknowledge the now. Bye.